In the year 1924, Baba got acquired one bull, one white bull, a calf of about 3 or 4 years old, and a white horse. He said he would like to possess these two animals in the ashram. I and another chap called Nervous, his nickname Nervous like mine, Padri, we tended these two creatures. I don't know who looked after the bull, but we were the two stable boys here. In the month of May, Baba said that now we are going to Quetta. What should we do with these animals? He all of a sudden thinks of an idea and he says, go and take these two and give this to Upasni Maharaj. Well, who's to take them? These two stable boys, nobody else. All right, we get a wagon for them, a railway wagon. Sakori is about 30 miles from Ahmednagar. And Baba gives us an order, look, you two, take this bull and this horse, give it to Upasni Maharaj, catch the train and see me in Bombay, from whence we are going to Quetta. And you shall do that within 24 hours or something like that. We had to catch a train. All right. We board the wagon here, the horse and the calf. It was a bull, not a calf, full-fledged bull. And and a wild bull at that. We land on a station which is 9 miles away from Sakori. It was summer, month of April. We walked 9 miles. Somehow or other, the horse is rearing always and the bullock is trying to attack the passers-by. We were dead tired by the time we reached Sakori and it was nearly sundown. The orders of Baba were to give it to Upasni Maharaj. So we go there and the man who always carried the message of the visitors came to us. A very, very old disciple, very, very old follower of Upasni Maharaj, who also helped Baba a great deal. His name was Yashwantrao. He came near us. He knew we came from Baba. He asked us, where have you come from? And we gave him the whole story and said that Baba has sent these two creatures and they are to be given to Upasni Maharaj. Although the time was up, he went in and told Upasni Maharaj that these two people have come from Meerut and they have brought these two creatures. And Maharaj just flew. He said, I don't want it. Tell them to take him away. Tell them to take him away. I don't want it. Tell him to go. We expected to go to Bombay by the night train, and since Upasni Maharaj wouldn't accept the gift, we were stuck there. Yashwantrao said, you sleep for the night. We'll see, we'll talk about these two creatures to Maharaj in the morning. We told him our inability, that we had to catch a train to Bombay and Baba might be waiting for us in Bombay and we are going to Quetta. He said, I cannot do anything, I cannot help, I cannot take these two creatures. You know what Maharaj gave, what was the answer of Maharaj? I can't take it. We entreated with him, please take it. Please take it and tell him that these boys just kept these animals here and walked away. He said, no, I won't disobey Maharaj's orders. Well, he was bound, definitely. He couldn't disobey Maharaj's orders and we couldn't disobey Baba's orders. Well, here's the tug of war. Anyway, We just put up for the night. He gave us food. He gave us some bedrolls and whatnot. And after he had gone, we two stable boys just think of a plan that let us leave these animals here, tie them up to the tree and just evaporate. Well, that's against the orders too. Baba had said, deliver them to Maharaj. Just don't leave them like a thief. Don't tie them up to a tree and go away. No, that's again by breaking Baba's orders. Again the dilemma. Again the fix. All right, we will explain to Baba that Maharaj didn't accept the gift at night. We had to break our journey. We had to wait for about 12 hours, one whole night in Sakori. And we'll see, probably Maharaj might calm down and he might take these two creatures in the morning. Morning came, we had our tea and chapati. Yeshwantrao again goes to Maharaj and Maharaj again flies higher than last night. What does he say? Call the police inspector. These people must have stolen these two creatures and they are trying to palm me off. I don't want to go to jail for them. Or throw them out. I don't want these two animals. They are thieves. Call the police. Now what should we do? Here Maharaj flatly refuses to accept these animals and Baba has said, give these animals to Upasni Maharaj. We heard that story. We heard these words of Maharaj that call the police inspector and get these people arrested. They have stolen this animal. Anyway, with a long face, Yeshwantrao comes back and he says, you please go away, take these creatures back. We again entreat with him. Look, we have got to obey an order. He says, well, I have got to obey an order too. I got to obey Upasni Maharaj. You got to obey Baba. Well, I and the other chap, nervous, we come to a conclusion. All right, think it a failure. Let's go back. Let us take these animals back to Nagar. So back we go again in the burning sun. And we prayed in our heart of hearts, now how to take these animals back? There should be a wagon or we shall have to go walking all the way to Nagar, about 30 miles. Soon as we approached the presence of the station, we saw the wagon still standing there on the station. Lucky. We were given some money. We approached the station master and we said that we would like the wagon back to Ahmednagar for these two animals. He went through the procedure. He just telegraphed his HO somewhere. He got the confirmation. The wagon was booked and back came we to Nagar. We gave these two creatures in the charge of Rustam and we boarded the train and went to Bombay with a long face, both of us. Baba said, have you come? Yes, Baba, we have. Did you deliver those two creatures to Upasni Maharaj? No, Baba. Why not? He wouldn't take it. Well, we explained the whole story. He said, all right, never mind. What have you done with them? Well, we have left them too in custody of Rustam. All right, never mind. Never mind, since Maharaj wouldn't take it. But I told you to deliver them. You should have entreated. Baba, we did everything, but just he wouldn't take it. He wanted us to be handed over to the police, saying that we had stolen it. Well, that's that. Baba said, all right, never mind the failure. Come on, we go to Quetta. Well, Jem, about a couple of days ago, you asked me a question that these masters are compassionate ones and why don't they give a second chance? No, there is no second chance. As far as we know, there has never been a second chance. That's why the master enjoins, emphasizes on obedience. Why does he emphasize on obedience? Baba himself told us that, listen, if you start obeying me in small matters, when that particular time comes for me to give you that divine gift, you should obey me then and take your gift away. If you are lax now, if you remain lax now, or if you start obeying my orders half-heartedly, you might do the same thing at that psychological moment when the gift is to be distributed. No, this is my training to you. You shall always do that. And once that time is gone, it never comes back. That's what it is. I'll give you the story of a saint of the lower Hindu order. He was a cobbler by caste. This is an anecdote. It's a story which shows that there is no second chance and how a man misses the divine gift. Yes, sir, he does miss. Kabir has also said so. Kabir has said that the giver gives to a person after making him roam round the whole globe. He makes him sweat. He doesn't get it cheaply, that's what. He makes him work for it. To another, he'll just give like that. Just like that. But as I had said before, just like that means he must have worked in the past birth. But apparently, it's just like that. All right, that's the second category. The first sweats. He goes through the grind the whole life and then he gets it. The second one gets it in a second. And to the third, kisko det bithaye ke, kisko phiraye det, kisko mange det na. And to the third, another third man comes. He begs, he's on his knees, Master, give me something. He says, get out. He won't give him anything at all. He won't give him anything at all. To the first one he gives after he's wastes his whole life, or he's, so to say, not waste his whole life, but he goes through the grind throughout his whole life. Another one in a second. The third one he chases out of his door, go and get out, I have got nothing. And the fourth, the Master himself stretches his hand of grace and says, here, mister, take it. Here, take this gift. And that unfortunate one refuses the gift. These are the four categories. That's what Kabir has said. So, I'll give you the category of the fourth. There was a master or a saint of what order I don't know, but people used to believe in him. People used to go to him, listen to him, follow him, bow down to him. But as I said, he was of a lower order in the Hindu community. That means he was a cobbler. Although high caste Hindus used to go to him. Now, one day, all of a sudden, he also used to work in leather. And you know, a cobbler always has a bowl of water to soften the leather. He dips the leather to soften it before he sews it. He had that bowl of water near him, and the session was in full swing, and all of a sudden, this saint takes up a bit of water from that bowl, that dirty, vitiated water from the bowl, and starts distributing. Amongst the congregation was a high caste Hindu. He distributed to these people as prasad. They all drank it. Now comes the turn of the Brahmin. Although he does not deny it, he does not reject it, he cups his hands and takes the water, but instead of imbibing it, he simulates drinking it, but he pours it down his sleeve. He doesn't drink it, he doesn't imbibe it. He doesn't take the prasad, he rejects the prasad, but slyly. Well, he does, well, the saint knows everything. Well, the session is over, goes back home, removes his shirt and throws it in a corner to be washed by his maidservant the next morning. He himself goes and has a bath too, because he was contaminated with that water in which leather had been steeped. Next day he has his morning bath and he sits down to his daily worship before his idol. Well, he is at the worship, he hears commotion from the kitchen side. Well, he thinks that it might die down, but no, the commotion keeps on increasing. He gets up irritated and he starts shouting at the woman. Yes. He was at his puja, he was at his worship, and he heard the commotion, thought that it would die down in a while, but the commotion increased. He got up irritated, he left his worship and came to the kitchen and he started chastising the woman. The woman was the maidservant of the house. He said, "What are you doing? Don't you know I am just worshipping the deity?" She says, I know what you were worshipping. You were just thinking about your mango grooves. That this season the fruits are in abundance and you will get thousands of rupees for that. That man looks at her face. How do you know? How do you know? Yes, I was thinking about that. Although I was in worship, I was just there meditating. How do you know about it? I do know about it. I do know about it. How did you come to know about it? He said, "Look, I got it just cheaply, easily. You gave me a shirt in the morning to wash, remember?" He said, "Yes, it was a contaminated shirt that got contaminated last night." He said, "Look, you told me to wash that shirt. That shirt had the tan spots on it, the leather spots on it. It wouldn't come out. I applied soap, I rubbed it hard, I banged it on the floor, and in desperation I just sucked it. See that? I sucked it. All of a sudden that man comes to know, well, she took the prasad. That water entered the mouth of the woman, and she got it. He dresses up and goes and gets down on the knees of the master and says, "Master, forgive me. Forgive me." What? The master acts as if he doesn't know a thing. He says, "What is it?" "Master, you gave me prasad last night. I didn't drink it. I didn't take it." Well, he says, "Well, it's gone. The time is gone. It's not coming back. Go back to your puja. Go back to your worship. Go back. Go on." So, there is no second chance. Baba emphasized that thing. And he gave us a training. We learned it the hard way. We did make mistakes, but we were very, very particular about the time when given by Baba. To do a thing in a particular time, within the particular time limit, we used to observe it strictly. Strictly. Well, there were times when, say, Baba would say that you come to Meherazad at 9 o'clock. He gives anybody an order, come to Meherazad at 9 o'clock. If he goes there at 8:30, Baba shouts at him, I told you to come at 9 o'clock. Why have you come at 8:30? All right. If he is 5 minutes late, Baba catches him again. You're late by 5 minutes. So living with the master is very difficult. In that, now here he just emphasizes you should know. Well, a man when he goes to Mirazad, he would be 5 or 10 minutes early. He would like to be 5 or 10 minutes earlier, but even then Baba would haul him up. Well, you couldn't be on dot. Well, just sometimes he used to do that, not always, not always. When he was not in his mood, he would just chastise the man that you're 10 minutes earlier, I told to come at 9 o'clock. I'll give you the very first experience of the Mandali in 1922 in Manzil-e-Meen, when he emphasized how to obey the master. Every night at about 9 o'clock, we all used to disperse. Baba used to go to his room on the first floor, and we used to go to our respective rooms to sleep. Baba said at 9 o'clock, all right, go to bed. We all dispersed, and naturally before dispersing or before going to bed, everybody attends to his needs. He just washes his mouth or his face. He goes to the bathroom to relieve himself. It takes some time, and everybody was busy in like manner. In about 5 minutes, there was again the bell. That means, come all of you. We used to congregate in the dining hall when the bell went. Baba then asked individually, you, what were you doing? Baba had gone to the bathroom. Yes, all right. You, what were you doing? Baba was washing my face. 3 to 4 persons, he just asked the question. Then he asked the congregation, the Mandali, what did I tell you about 5 minutes ago? We said, Baba, you told us to go to bed. Then why are you not in bed? Remember, when I tell you to go to bed, you go to bed. That's all. No arguments. You get into the bed first, lie down there for 5 minutes, and then get up to attend to your needs. That's following the order. You may get up later on. But when I have said go to bed, means go to bed. You get into the bed and come out later on. You want me to tell that? You asked me a question. What is obedience and how should it be followed? Obedience means literal obedience. Say, Baba is sitting there with the Mandali and I get into the hall. Everybody is sitting down. But out of respect, I just stand for a while. I am standing there for a while. Baba signs to me, sit down. I must sit down immediately. No arguments. I must sit down immediately. That's literal obedience. Get up means get up. Sit down means sit down. So he said that these finer points, these small points, insignificant they may seem to you, but they have got terrific importance. If you get used to obeying all these small orders of mind, you are not liable to miss that opportune moment when the gift is to be distributed. That's why I emphasize on obedience. Not that I want to be obeyed. Whom am I doing this for? You have come to take your share. I am perfect. I don't want any progress. I am perfect. It is you. You are to get the share from me. There is still time to dole out the shares. And when the time comes, you may, because you should not miss when the time comes, this training for you, obey. Obey me, whatever I say. Don't argue. Don't try to translate my order in your own way. Follow these orders in the literal manner. Sleep means sleep, and eat means eat. If I tell you to fast, just keep a fast. Don't argue about it. Don't argue about it. Supposing I tell you to fast, you feel very hungry. Are you going to die? Can't you contain your hunger? And supposing you died while keeping the fast, what's wrong with it? I am responsible for that order. You died because I told you to keep a fast. That's all. Here again comes the point on fasting. Baba used to ask these outsiders many times, how many times do you eat, or what do you eat, just to broach on the subject, that's all. Well, the man would say that, yes, Baba, I eat twice a day or thrice a day or whatever that be, but I keep a fast once a week. Oh, you keep a fast, don't you? What for? I like to keep a fast. But tell me, what do you keep that fast for? Who told you? I never told you to keep a fast. I never give you an order to keep a fast. Yes, Baba. Now you see, he's stuck. He's stuck. He can't answer Baba. He says, look, if you think that by fasting you make spiritual progress, you are damned mistaken. Half the world is going hungry. Half the world is going hungry. They should reach God before you do. Oh no, fasting don't help you at all. You will only fast when I tell you to, not on your own. Where is the necessity? You obey me. You obey me, live a normal life, and when I tell you to fast, you fast then, not otherwise. So here is the point. As with intellectual knowledge, here is about this fasting and other acts. You don't need to do the acts unless told by the master. We never tried to do it. We never also sort of wanted an order from Baba that I would like to fast. Fast what for? Since it's not going to benefit spiritually. Only carrying out Baba's orders and living with Baba, living with the Master, is the thing. So we never questioned about that. We never asked anything. Only when Baba said, you keep a fast or you eat once a day, there was a time for 1 full year, we had 1 meal a day. 1 full year. Everybody observed that. I don't know what the year was, but all of them observed, whomsoever taken. And there were times when Baba very, particularly said that you should not touch woman, even accidentally. Even accidentally. And even to married men, he had said that you shall observe celibacy. Even married men were ordered to observe celibacy. And we were very particular to see while traveling that there was no sort of an inadvertent contact, not a deliberate one, just an inadvertent one in the street, while dealing, while walking, while traveling. We would try to avoid sitting next to a woman. Avoid it, that's all. It's awful easy. Avoid the contact. And after a time, Baba would say that, well, that's gone, that's finished now. That's finished. It's a part of training. During these phases, you wouldn't know how a master would give, why a master would give the order. We never questioned. We only obeyed. Why should he give you? Once he explained to us that this phase is very important. During one of such phases, he had said us, he had told us, he had enjoined us not to accept food at the hands of a woman. See that you are not served by a woman, your food. Outsiders. Well, in the Mandali, for the Mandali it was all men, but for outsiders, just anybody. Then he explained later on that this particular order has a meaning in it. During this particular phase of mine with you, I want this order observed because you don't know it, but it's a fact that while you are being served by a woman, and if that woman has carnal desires about you in her mind, she will transmit it to you through the food. That's why I'm telling you to abstain from that. That's why I'm telling you to abstain from that. This particular phase, observe it. And don't think it to be a joke. Well, a master gives the prasad. There is always something physical. Either he beats, kisses, or gives something to eat when the divine gift is given. That's why the prasad is divine, it's the gift. That's what you eat, that's called prasad. People can clamor for prasad. So, through the media of the food, you might not contact, you might not accumulate the samskars, that carnal samskars on the part of the woman, which you do not know. She might have carnal thoughts, you may not have it. You are quite innocent. You are quite innocent. But she may have some thoughts for you, about you. And she would transmit it through the food, which you imbibe. Don't you imbibe the prasad? Don't you eat the prasad, or do you throw it away? Yes, you do. That's the point. These are the finer points. So, as I said, as Hafiz says, there are 1,000 points finer than hair in this line, and all cannot be explained away. So, that ignoramus has got to obey the master.
But Baba's not in the body now, so the orders are different. Are we to obey just the general orders?
Don't you know what Mandali has been obeying all these years? Don't you know? Don't you know how Baba has enjoyed? Now, as I said about fast, all right, you don't need to fast. Baba enjoying the Mandali, keep off from women, keep from lust. Can't you do that? You can. All right. But then, even celibacy for a man is good. But even if he indulges, it's not bad. Because they are man and wife. Yes, Baba himself got them married. They had children, they procreated. He never said no to that. But only when that particular time or the phase of the work came in, and when he told him to abstain from indulgence, he should. He should obey it. That's the law. That's how the slave obeys the master. He should obey it. So, whatever orders this Mandali, this Baba's Mandali has been observing is still applicable to you. Baba's orders are not dead. They are still alive, and they shall ever be alive. They shall ever be alive. What is Baba's Mandali doing now? Don't you see how Baba's Mandali is living? You understand? Well, a married man lives a married life. We live a celibate life. If you are married, you may live a married life. If you are unmarried, you should be a celibate. Marry by all means if you want to. Nobody is stopping you. Baba never stopped. Baba got others married. He just blessed the couples. You know that. You do know that. Why the question?
Well, when Baba's not in the body, we don't have his direct orders about different things, and people interpret what Baba has said differently.
What do you want the direct orders for? Has he not laid down a code of life? Has he not? Are you such a fool that you do not know the code he has left? He has given everything in the discourses. You see the Mandali living the life. Mandali doesn't indulge in alcohol. They don't indulge in flesh. They live a simple life. They work for Baba, live for Baba, and they die for Baba. What else do you want? Why do you want Baba's direct orders? Why do you constantly hanker? You chappies constantly tell me, well, Baba is not here. No, Baba is here. His orders still stand good. They are not dead. Baba is not dead. God is eternally there. Eternally there. Only thing is, he is veiled now. That's all. God is. Baba always used to say God is. Not that God was. 1,000,000 years hence will be the same present tense. God is. 1,000,000 years ago, the same present tense was used. God is. So, his orders too exist. They are not obsolete at all. Christ is gone a long time, Muhammad is gone, Buddha is gone. He laid down certain precepts and orders. Don't the people follow? In like manner, Baba has given the orders to the Mandali. You know them. In first hand, you know them. Not 100 years hence. Had a man asked us 100 years hence, well, I would have forgiven him. But now, since you chappies see us, you are actually there. Where is the necessity? Baba is there. Baba's orders are still there. God is, and Baba is too. Only thing, you can say one thing, you see, Baba has left this room and gone into the other room in the same house. What's the difference? Can't you with that feeling Baba is? Then why the question? Why the idiotic question? Why that foolish question? Why that childish question? Where are Baba's orders? Do you need? Can't you see? Don't you read his books? What has it said? How sanskars bind you? What Kabir has said? What these past saints have said? Why do you have to come to Meherabad? Not for Baba's good, for your own good. Why do you go to any saint? To get your samskars eliminated. It is us who needs medicine, not him. So, once there was an argument going on amongst the Mandali, and rather it was a heated argument, and we were having these verbal arguments rather strongly, which in turn was unbecoming on our part. sort of disrespect. We behave disrespectfully to the master in his presence. We had a heated argument. It was just a heated argument, that's all. But in the presence of the master, these slaves were quarreling. Well, the quarrel goes on a little while, and all of a sudden Baba claps and hauls us up. Shut up, all of you. Are you forgetting my presence? Don't you know who I am? Have you got no manners? You should always act respectfully before me. Not that I want respect. Not that I want respect. But it behoves you to act respectfully before a master. Otherwise, don't stay with me. No disrespect allowed. Get out. The doors are wide open. Nobody is going to stop you. Always behave with due respect to the master. Don't we act with due respect in a court of law or in an assembly of men? We do. There is a code to be followed. You just don't act in any way you like. Oh no, you're not allowed to. You would be lifted bodily up and thrown in a clink. You got to act with a code. Every country has its code. The master's code is strict. It is the respect. The slave always respects the king, and he should not depart from it. Well, the argument got heated, no doubt, but the argument got heated for a lesson for us. That's all. The master hauled us up. We were brought to our senses. Man, that was that. You always act with due respect to the master. The master commands respect, not that he demands respect. He commands. Here in India, people, when they go to the master, they stand or sit very respectfully. Very, very respectfully.
But Baba said he didn't want ritual or ceremony. He didn't care for this, for ritual or ceremony.
What value have the rituals? Can you give me?
No, right. I don't think they don't have values. What value?
So that's that. Rituals have no values at all. It's following the master. It's not a particular ritual that you should follow. You should follow the essence of Baba's words. Now, ritual is what? Keeping a fast? Standing on one leg or standing on one head? What would that ritual be? Well, rituals are for orthodox people. To babble something, go to church, go to synagogue, go to masjid or a gyari or mandir or mosque or wherever that is, that's ritual. What value has that? He just goes through it like routine.
Well, aren't the manners that you have before Baba, isn't that sort of a ritual? Wouldn't that be a ritual? The certain type of manners, the certain type of respect that you show the master?
No, that is not a ritual. That is not a ritual. That is the code of conduct.
Yes, but what's the difference?
No, definitely not. Code of conduct towards the king. You shall observe that code of conduct. Now, wait a second. How would you go in the course of law in your American course? Would you go naked? Or would you go dressed up? How would you sit? How would you address the judge? You will just address him in proper manner, would it not be so? Yeah. There is a code of conduct to be observed by every individual. Every individual. How would you go into a church? How would you go into a Hindu temple? You shall remove the shoes. That's the code of conduct. And in your church you shall wear a hat, or you remove the hat. Which? You remove the hat. While the ladies, they wear a hat. Or they tie up their ears. That's the code. You shall always follow the code.
Yes, but
it's not a ritual, it's a code. It's a code of behavior. No, rituals are quite different. Rituals are what
would it matter to God if you wore your slippers or your shoes, or
no,
you walked into the church with a hat? I mean, would this make a difference?
Whom to? God?
Yeah.